Connor was on for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes max, and he already blocked. He blocked one cross. Trent didn't block any crosses the whole game. He was literally a bystander the whole game. His head's gone. His head's gone. If you ask me, we should just sell him.
It did feel a bit like we were playing with 10 men when it came to defending. But what I wouldn't want to do.
Let's not pin it on Trent when Robertson is a mess.
Exactly.
They're both
you're shouting at me. All I said was playing. It's like playing with 10 men. Welcome everyone to the One True Red podcast, where you can find all things Liverpool and Arsenal. We're recording this on Sunday evening. This is actually take 3 because someone, me, has messed up the recording. So we go again, guys. Uche, we're recording after we've drawn 2-2 with Manchester United at Anfield. You said matchy last week. Arsenal dropped points yesterday. Liverpool dropped points today.
Nothing to worry about, right? No. To be honest, I was gutted watching that game because I generally thought we'd be, beat them to the double. Everybody knows as a Liverpool fan, one of the best feelings is doing a double over your biggest rivals. Having won 3-0 at Old Trafford, I thought we'd come here and we'll absolutely, there's just no way they're gonna score. I was thinking in my head, once we get a second goal, it's over. We just couldn't get going the first 45 minutes to get that first goal, and then you know how it goes. But even at 1-0, I was not worried. I thought we'd win the game. So when Salah obviously scored what I thought was the winning goal, I thought, okay, all the mistakes, Trent having a nightmare, having the rings run around him by Dallo and everything else. No matter what, right now it's 3 points. See at home, they can't possibly score again. And then they went and scored again. To me, for the equalizer, I thought Robertson was to blame, not being able to track his runner and block and make sure. But, so I was really, really disappointed. We had some chances, but then at the end, with the Maguire thing, got to be happy with the point. And in the long term, bottom line is, like you said yesterday, the so-called fake challenges also drew. So all in all, we're good.
We are good.
Are you good though? Are you good?
I'm not feeling great, but at the end of the day, you got to remember the main objective. The main objective is to win the league, and eventually this feeling will dissipate, and we'll focus on what really matters, which is booking many bookings and many pop-offs in May. And you don't know what that's like, do you? It's been 20 years, so I suggest you keep quiet. Thank you very much. Cheers.
At the moment, it feels like we're playing with 9 players though, like Trent and Robertson. They're having a really, really poor season, if you ask me. As we deduced earlier, City are on form. They've won the last 2 games in the trot. So, I don't think it's...
it's 2 games now.
That's what I said.
Before it was 3 games. When we recorded...
Check back in that recording. Check back in that recording, bro.
Yeah?
Love it.
I've always said 2.
All right. Yeah, so, yeah, Trent, honestly, one of the worst performances I've seen from him. Defensively and offensively. Personally, I know a lot of Liverpool fans, they're happy to let him off with the defensive stuff because he's so good attacking and he creates so many goals. But I don't mind when it's not working and he's just having a poor game offensively. What I want is the basics to be done. And that first goal was horrific from a defensive point of view. It was just horrible to watch. Like, if you watch it again and just focus on him only, he kind of half runs to that player, and then he kind of half runs to that player, and then by the time they've passed the ball to the defender, a centre back, he's not even thinking about it, and then he's chasing after it, and then the ball's in the top of the net. So I can't defend that performance from Trent today at all. I won't say it's got anything to do with the speculation around his future. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I just think he had a poor game. But yeah, Robertson also, like Aki is saying, defensively this season, he's been at the scene of too many crimes for my liking. And and some of them have been criminal. Some of them have been criminal. The Southampton game, that penalty, goodness. Then there was a sending off at Fulham. Then there was a Saka goal where, too many of them. So you're going to come on to talk about transfers later on, but he's someone that definitely the club should be looking at replacing or getting a challenger in to take his place in the summer. But going back to today's game, guys, Arsenal fans, I know you were hoping, praying that the Maguire chance at the end was going to go in. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that, did it?
Not even. I was happy enough with a draw. There is no way on this earth that I thought United would go to Anfield and take points from you. Literally no way. I literally thought you were going to smash them to bits. So when it was actually a match, it became enjoyable. I've had a good day today. I didn't expect it to be this good.
How was your day yesterday, though?
Tempered.
Good.
But in this world, you have balance. So from yesterday, there's today.
I agree with Mikey because I never thought in a million years that the form that Man United are in to actually go to Anfield and try and actually give them a game. It was very entertaining, I must say. Given the bans beforehand, I think we had a little group chat beforehand, and certain people in this pod were very confident about.
Yeah, me. Let's not be about the bush. I said 3-0, and like I said, even at 1-0 in my other group chat, at 1-0, I was very confident we're gonna win the game, and we're winning. I was very, very confident, happy. But these guys, man, they've done it to us before. They just something happens in that fixture. There's something. It's almost you can't put your finger on it. Something goes on with that fixture where our players, and their players to be fair, when they've been on top for many years, something affects them mentally. There's something there. So actually,
shookness is called. Shook.
Yeah, of course. I think you have to admit that because let's be honest, it doesn't happen in the North London derby, does it? You win every single one of them. So clearly you're not shook because there's nothing to be shook of. We actually got something to be shook of, like them winning many titles. Your team, like Spurs, never winning anything. Of course, it takes the edge off. That's clear. It's clear. We have something. We have a rivalry, a proper rivalry, not that nonsense of North London.
It's so proper that before the game, you were like, "Oh, we're gonna beat them." I'll be disgusted if we draw with them and all this. So, but it's a proper rivalry now, right? Now that they turned up and stuck.
But we didn't draw. We didn't draw because we were shook. We drew because of defensive lapses. And we didn't take our chances. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
I'm not having it. I'm defending Trent. You guys, anytime you guys do badly, it's always Trent. We're tired of that whole that record now. Change it.
Mate, I'll sell him for 15 mil, mate. I'll get that 15, 20 million and get rid of him. Honestly.
Don't be ridiculous.
Honestly. Connor came on for 5 minutes, and he already blocked one cross.
Don't be ridiculous.
The whole game, Trent didn't block any crosses. He was literally a bystander.
Relanucci, you remember on the last pod, I was saying about some Liverpool fans and the fact that Trent will have heard the messages and the noise. There were fans in the stadium today saying, get off the pitch. Crazy. We've got a fan on the pod today that's saying they're selling for 15, 20 million.
Okay.
And so, Aki just said it.
Aki just said it.
Aki, are you okay?
I'd get rid of him, honestly. He's had 4 assists all season. So earlier on, you were saying he's attacking what he produces going forward. 4 assists all season.
I know what the issue is, guys. Aki brought him into his fantasy team today, and he's got 0 points. That's why Stato knows he had 4 assists.
He's coming straight out. I'm telling you, he's coming straight out.
This is the problem. He's thinking fantasy.
At the end of the day, you say he's got 4 assists. It's not just about that. It's about creating chances and almost across the defenders in the whole league. He creates the most chances, most key chances. It's very important. Don't be ridiculous about selling him. Selling him to do what? So that brand
Does he though? Does he? Has he created the most chances?
He does.
He's
the best attacking.
Give me some stats then. Give me some stats.
No, I don't have it with right now, but I looked at it, and he definitely leads the league across defenders for key chances created. Because obviously, as you know, with assists, someone has to bury it. So they actually count the key chances created. He's by far the leader.
Google's your friend, so go Google it and come back.
Not right now. So back onto Trent from me. So the issue with Trent is he had a really bad game. Yes. But then when you see that he's having a bad game, what do you do to support him? And Salah's playing so high, which is why he's involved in so many goals, because he's virtually on the last man, but wide and cutting in.
Yeah.
So there isn't a support for him from that perspective. Whereas we'll get on to Arsenal in a minute, where our wide players are responsible for getting back and supporting. There isn't really any support for Trent in that way. So then the centre mid and the right centre back need to come across and support him. And they didn't do that effectively today. And when they did, I don't know which goal it was, but Konate made a header when Trent was kind of making half steps here, half steps there. And then it put Trent out of position and he could not get back in. And so where he makes the positional error, he then can't get back in because it's too late.
Yeah.
And Bruno was really good on the ball.
Very good.
That pass in behind for Martinez was exceptional.
Well said.
Yeah, Trent's bad. Robertson's worse. Because Robertson's there for the taking.
I don't disagree with that.
Any quick winger is just giving Robertson nightmares this season.
The guy just looks jittery.
Yeah, but Trent got done for pace by Dalot. Like, of all players, Dalot's not a fast player, right? He just literally knocked the ball past him and Trent was just there standing, right? Even for the second goal, Trent was out of position, which meant Konate needed to cover for him, and that brought Robertson out of position. So I blame Trent for both goals.
Really.
Robertson wasn't out of position.
It wasn't out of position.
Robertson didn't mark his man.
Trent went into Konate's position, so effectively Konate was the right back. So they actually had the line.
That's a standard formation.
Again, the only player who couldn't even do anything was one player, which was the guy that scored. What Robertson had to do was stop the cross, was stop the shot. That's it. He didn't have to concentrate. There was no any mixture. He didn't have to focus on anybody else. There was no one distracting him. Nothing. That is really, really poor. I mean, like I said, Les Trent had a bad game, but that's really poor. Especially because you have the lead. These guys are gonna come at you and we're ready to hit them on the counter. It was really basic stuff. It really, really annoyed me that. So I watched it again. I was like, this is outrageous by Robertson. It's concerning, man. But like I say, hopefully we don't play Manchester United again, so that's all good. So 4 points out of 6. It's all good. Let's not get too distraught here. At the end of the day, look at the table, you smile, and look for the long term.
True that.
At the end of the day, there's no challenges, so it doesn't matter. Just play out the season. It's done.
He's pretty much done.
Draws. Let's have it.
All we're doing is just playing out. Before we meet Arsenal again, the league title should be done. So we're good.
Let's just have 10 more draws. There's no challenges.
What are you worried about your draw?
I keep saying to you, stay humble, bro. These teams ain't playing about in the Premier League anymore. I'm telling you.
Definitely not playing about. You should know. You should know about Brighton. They're definitely not playing about. You should know when Angie turns up in the midweek or whenever it is you play them. You should know they don't mess about. Definitely. I agree with you. 1,000%.
Who turns up midweek?
Yeah, who turns up midweek? Who are you talking about?
You see what I'm saying? I can't even take it seriously. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You guys have a go at Manchester United. Don't worry. I was actually thinking too far ahead in the league when you play Ange Ball. Don't worry. Have your 3 points there, man.
Actually, I don't
what am I saying humble for? What? For you jokers?
You have to stay humble. You got Forest.
Listen,
we can't keep on drawing these games.
I don't think Uche should remain humble. I told him last episode, Liverpool won the league. He said there's no challenges.
There's no challenge.
So let's keep this momentum going.
I would say City are a good challenge. Not Arsenal.
Well, to be honest, Aki, to answer your question, I'm more terrified if they make their way back somehow than those bunch of jokers at North London, that's for sure. So if that's what you want to hear, that's what you're gonna get. As soon as we draw, we don't need to look far. We know they're gonna draw. If we win, they're gonna win. It's just what they do. It's literally they like to copy us. They like to follow us around. If we win, they win. If we draw, they draw. That's just how it is.
I wouldn't be surprised if City win every single game from now to the end of the season.
No, bro. Honestly,
I wouldn't.
Is it sad? Aki, I've got a question. Wait, sorry, Mikey. I've got a question for Aki.
Wait, sorry, Ro. Stop right there. Aki, you just said you're going to put money on City winning every league game.
I said I would,
yeah. How much? Let's go.
Give me 3 to 1 odds.
I'll give you 3 to 1. There you go. How much?
He said he's on winning every game.
Okay, relax.
He's gone mad.
I'm having business here.
We'll take it offline. We'll take it offline, Mike.
No, let's do it now.
No,
Because
we're not gonna- I don't want to be on that as well.
He's running. He's
Listen,
running already.
We don't condone betting on this pod.
No, we don't. But this is crazy. This is the one that's suggesting crazy things.
Aki,
yeah, but we condone charity.
Yeah. I'll donate to the charity of my choice. I've got
Aki,
charity.
how much?
okay, you got two takers here, Aki.
If it's for charity, we'll do a nifty.
For charity.
Yeah, okay, done. No problem. It's done, right?
Yeah, let's follow up offline.
Yeah, no worries.
But
Done.
The question I was going to ask, Aki, because you're on holiday at the moment, and I was going to ask you, is it like really sunny there? Because you must have like heat stroke or something to be proposing that kind of nonsense.
No, it's the game.
It's up
you
to you,
just
it's your
watched.
money, so all good.
His head's hot. It's the game he just watched. It's the Man United game. He's still suffering.
I'm saying.
Lads, City are in form. Like, don't deter him from.
Yeah,
this
no,
momentum.
he's already said it. He's
but-
gonna make our
No,
money. He's done.
Look. They've won 2 games on the trot now that we deduced already.
2 whole games.
Two. You sure it's 2? We checked it out.
City have a history of going to form from January onwards. Since the start of this month, they've won every single game that they played in.
It's the 5th of January.
2 games.
It's the 5th of January.
Still facts, though, mate. Still facts. So I wouldn't put it past them to come second or win the league. To be honest with you, I can definitely see them winning every single game from now to the end of the season. Like, that's just the way I see it. And I think Liverpool, we've lost to Fulham. I mean, we drew to Fulham. We've drawn to Man U. These are teams that we should really be beating. And
What about the teams they should be beating? What about the teams they should be beating?
Matchy.
You just
They're not
said-
even
you
matchy.
said they should
All
be-
I'm saying is that it's not as
What are you
easy as
basing
you're
this off?
making.
What are you
No, you
basing this
just
on?
made a claim. You said teams that we should be beating. What about teams that they should be beating?
He's basing off heat stroke. Sorry, go on, AJ.
Of highlights or something. I don't understand it.
No.
What are you basing it off? They're cooked, bro.
Last season, we could have won a quadruple, and then we literally dropped off in April, right? What I'm basing City on is the last 6 or 7 seasons. Last 6 or 7 seasons, from January onwards, they hardly ever lose a game, right? As I've deduced already, factually, they haven't lost a game so far this year. So that kind of fits the narrative.
All right. They haven't lost the game in 5 days. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Let's move
That
on.
is a massive improvement for City, to be fair.
Yeah,
from
that's
where they
true.
were.
It's usually 1 every 5 days, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. But anyway, a team that has won recently, but obviously not yesterday, was Arsenal playing against Brighton away. They've now taken, well, you've drawn both your games against them this season, and yesterday, penalty incident. We can talk about that, but for me, Arsenal just didn't do enough to win that game.
You want to
What
go
do you want
Mikey
from-
first? Or?
What do you want from that about we didn't do enough to win the game? Of course we did.
I want
You did
your
do enough, yeah.
We were 1-0 up,
Yes.
in control of the game, and then the penalty came from somewhere, and then it was a draw.
from the rule book, Mikey.
But it says, what rule book? What's the rule? State it for me, please.
Well, if you
That's what I thought. That's
no,
what I
I'm
thought.
going to tell you. I'm telling you the rule. The rule is
State-
if you commit foul play, then the referee will blow up for a penalty, and he
Which
fouled the
rule?
player, so he blew up for a penalty.
So
It was
two
violent,
players,
mate. It was
two
a
players
headbutt.
can head the
To be
ball.
clear, it was a headbutt.
2 players can head the ball, and then they clash heads after that connection with the ball, and it's deemed a foul. Then is that what you're saying?
I'm saying if you challenge for the ball with your head, with your arm, with your leg, with your toenail, whatever,
And make contact
missed-
with the ball.
and he
first.
missed the ball.
No, don't say miss. There was
he
no
did,
miss.
he did miss the ball.
He headed the ball.
He
You
went
all
for
right?
the header with the top of his head. Yeah, that's what you're suggesting.
Right, as I said in
Matter
the
what-
pre-recorded version, if there's a header anywhere on the pitch,
Yeah.
you can go with your forehead and hit it with the top of your head, the side of your head, your back, your neck. You've gone to head the
shoulder or
ball.
anything. Yeah,
Fine, all
But
fine.
he missed
But then
the
if you take the
ball
player
and
out
hit-
after that,
he didn't miss. He
What's
touched
that?
the ball first.
He
Aki.
missed the ball. He literally headbutted Pedro. Like,
Right, stop
like,
saying he missed the ball because
You guys need to
otherwise
Specsavers.
Specsavers are going to need to sponsor this pod.
Yeah. For
He
you
did not
guys.
miss the ball. He headed the ball. He didn't head the ball in the way that you want him to have headed the ball.
he didn't head the ball in the way he wanted to head the ball. It doesn't matter about
You
us.
guys, you guys are making it
Yeah,
out.
that's
as if
true as well.
Two players
Two
were
things can
challenging
be
for the
right.
ball. You guys are making it out that the two players were challenging for the ball. That's not
They
the
did.
case.
They
Pedro had the
challenged for the ball.
Pedro knocked the ball past him.
He
Saliba
didn't
went
knock
to
the
head
ball
it, and the
past
head
anyone.
behind
The
the
ball
player.
was contested, bro.
The ball was not headed
It
past
was.
Saliba.
It
Listen,
was.
let's talk factually here. We can't make things up. Pedro headed the ball. Saliba was going to head the ball, and it hit the top of his head. He's headed the ball. Okay? He's not headed the ball past him. He's not had the ball in possession. I just expect there to be fairness and equity. So I expect there to be lots of penalties given for these types of actions. The rest of the season.
We don't do fairness here, mate.
Kicks, I expect us to get a load of penalties from our corners.
That's why I come in. At the end of the day, I thought it was a foul, it was a penalty. Don't get what the drama is all about.
After the slow mo, I
looked at it. I thought it was a penalty, but I understand your guys' point of view. But it was a clear penalty. It was no doubt in my mind. I will give that penalty over and over again. But I understand you guys disagree. It is what it is. There is no controversy. There is no drama. There's nothing. It's a bit like when Real was, losing his head over the penalty that was given for Mo Salah earlier today. It's a penalty. I said to him, relax, man. The referee's going to look at it. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. There's nothing to talk about. Let VAR do his job, and he did his job.
VAR doesn't do its job when there's Arsenal involved.
Focus on the fact that you guys are not good enough. You're not creating chances. You're not doing enough games.
In the non-recorded version, I already explained that we go 1-0 up and we're pretty much in control. And we were in control of that game until the penalty. We then didn't have the players to be able to change the game because we have a number of players that are injured and a sickness in the camp. So we've got Havertz. Don't make those signs to me, brother. Relax yourself. That's not what you do to me. Just know not to do that.
You're just chatting.
So sickness affected Havertz, Martinelli, and Odegaard as a known fact.
Okay.
When Martinelli came on, he couldn't even sprint. He's rubbish as it is.
Yeah,
but then he can sprint. So what do you want us to do?
We'll get some other players on. That's our way to do. Find a way to win the game.
Get the violin out. That's what you should do. Get the
We're
violin
down to bare bones as it is. We're down to bare bones.
There's no bare bones. You have Calafiori. You've got players, man. Stop it.
What, to play left wing? You nutcase.
Might as well.
He played left back.
Well, man. It was better than Martinelli, by the way you're sounding.
He was playing left back. Calafiori was playing.
That's what I'm saying. You got players back. Do something. Find a way to. I didn't say.
Listen, just to recap, yeah. Partey out of the middle impacts us. He had to cover Timber because Timber was suspended. And then Saka's obviously injured. Sterling's
Ben White's injured, right? Yeah.
Ben White's injured. Tomiyasu injured.
White's injured.
One youngster, Skelly. What is he about? Is he still around?
He's been playing left back. He was on the bench.
Put him on left wing if it's so bad. Why you put him left wing? Guys, from what you guys keep telling me, he's a midfielder.
Listen, I would play him.
When it's crossing.
Hey, you're trying Bants now. I would have done that. Yeah. So there's no Bants here. I would have played.
We're trying to do something. At the end of the day, like you said,
so question your manager then. No.
That is an issue, but he's trying to protect the young players. He doesn't want to expose them to.
Bro, I hear it to an extent, but
not many teams have got 17-year-olds playing. That's all I'm saying.
Of course, that's true. Well, at halftime, Craig was crying because he was moaning at the referee, his manager, thinking that he took him off until he found out.
Because there was no explanation.
Are you going to apologize? What does he need to talk to you? He knows what he's doing.
There was no explanation as to why and then where he went off. Ethan went off. There was no explanation until after the game. We found out that he has a muscle injury, which was disclosed by Arteta.
And you also
got more. You got injuries.
You should be extremely happy you got that goal. That goal was a pass back as far as I'm concerned. That keeper is a joke.
Listen, Salah scores plenty of them. Stop saying it's a pass back. Salah knocks in plenty of them.
That's
and
ridiculous,
I don't look at it as a pass back. I look at it as another goal on the tally.
It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. When I saw the goal, I was in disbelief. This is the Premier League or is this Sunday's thing? I couldn't believe it. How can he let that goal go in? I don't understand.
It had some fizz on it. Don't worry about it.
It had some fizz on it.
He connected well.
He did connect well. Honestly,
listen.
Obviously, as a striker, Mikey knows, everyone knows if we play football. If you strike the ball, you strike the ball. It's not a knock on one area whatsoever. I was genuinely surprised. I was trying to make sense of that going in the back of the net. I just couldn't understand it. I'm like, what's wrong with this goalkeeper? But, fair play. But, when you guys are moaning, just remember that. You got dashed the goal by their goalkeeper as well.
We didn't get dashed a goal. We worked a goal. Just
To be
relax.
honest, after that goal, man, I didn't see anything. Literally, apart from your...
You got dashed a penalty today. There you go. Let's play this back and forth. Tennis business.
What?
When man was playing basketball in the box, you got dashed a penalty.
Oh, well, what's my issue?
Right, so relax.
If you want to play basketball, I'll take it. What's my own? He wants to play basketball anytime he wants. I mean, anyway, don't remind me. I don't want to think about that, okay? Let me just look at my beautiful table. Thank you very much. Cheers.
But as we say, we moved from yesterday, which was a bad day, to today, which is more joyous.
Yeah.
And we've enjoyed a good football match.
Don't get overexcited. It was okay.
You shouldn't really
No,
be
it
getting
was a
happy.
really good match. I'm telling you, as a neutral,
Yeah.
like
Well matched
best game
teams.
I've seen
Well
this
matched
season.
teams.
You shouldn't be
And
getting
that's
happy
it.
watching an opposing team. You should get happy from your own team. So
I get
Arsenal
happy
should
from
make you
football. That's why I'm on a football pod.
The guy said well matched teams. This is bad.
It was well matched. Are you not agreeing with that? It was a well matched team. It was well
To be
balanced.
fair,
Away team.
I don't know.
Away
What,
team caused you
honestly,
problems.
that look today, yeah, might as well be the best winger we've ever seen.
He was on smoke.
It was ridiculous.
That's all he needed to be. He was just on Trent. That's
I
all.
mean, he was literally so.
Yeah, but
he
Bruno
got
was the
sometimes,
best
yeah,
player on the pitch.
especially when you're away
Yeah,
from
Bruno.
home. You got somebody, you think you
Crazy.
lay off. He was just on him. He was on him. Like, what's going on? Is this the same Dallo that just looks so normal? Like, what's happening? Nah, fair play to them, man. They can raise their game for these kind of silly games, but they're gonna get slapped, whatever. Forget them anyway.
I think if we started Connor at right back, I don't think we would have lost that game. Honestly,
We
was
didn't
on-
lose it.
Yeah, was he?
You didn't lose it.
So we wouldn't have drawn it. But,
His head's so hot. He thinks he
He's
lost.
gone.
it felt like a loss to me, honestly. It
Hey,
felt like
leave his head out of it.
that game felt like a loss to me. And Connor was on for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes max, and he already blocked. He blocked one cross. Trent didn't block any crosses the whole game. He was literally a bystander the whole game.
It
His
did.
head's gone. His head's gone. If you ask me, we should have
It
celebrated.
did. Yeah, it did feel a bit like we were playing with 10 men when it came to defending. But what I wouldn't want to do.
10 men, let's not pin it on Trent when Robertson is a mess.
Exactly. That
And then
wasn't
we
in
found
the
out it was
game.
9, didn't we, Real?
Yeah,
He said it was
they're
10.
both as bad as each other. They're both as bad as each
You're
other.
shouting at me. All I said was playing. It's like playing with 10 men.
No, because he said you feel like
Right,
it's
right.
Go at me.
I would tell
You lot
both of
got
them
too cocky
personally.
with
This
it, and you
transfer
didn't-
window, tell both of them.
Nah, you
Aki,
just
stop
didn't
it,
play to defend. You're crazy, Aki. Man.
Listen,
You didn't
That
play
was
Aki,
to defend. That was it.
Aki, I'm with you. Sell them both.
Tell them both, putting Costas
Yeah,
there.
don't do
Costas
that.
and Connor. No, honestly, like Robertson's cost us so many goals this season. You're better off having any old left back. Even bring me out of retirement. Trent, we have a better upgrade. I think Connor
I
Bradley.
don't wish that on anyone, bro. Not even
Well,
on you, to be honest.
like, Trent's been off form for a while defensively. He's been suspect for a couple of seasons now, and I don't think he's really producing up front like the number of chances that Uche thinks he's making. So it's clear that his head's gone, if you ask me. So why delay? Why delay the inevitable?
I don't think about anything. It's what is factual. What do you mean? I think it's not about my thought process. It's about what's factual. He's created the most chances from a defender. What are you talking about? You keep saying this. What other games are you watching? What are you saying? You're not making any sense.
Who did you guys play your last game? Was it West Ham?
This guy, man.
How
Yeah.
far from Trent? Who did you play in your last game?
West Ham, we beat them 5-0.
And Trent's pass, and didn't Trent score as well?
Oh, yeah.
So a goal and an assist from your right back.
It was an anomaly. If you look at the game prior to that, it was non-existent again, right? So you can't just say one game against West Ham, who City beat 4-1, and you guys are saying West Ham overran them. You know, like at the end of the day, like one game doesn't make a season. So he had one good game. The rest of his games, especially today, he was diabolical, I would say, actually.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Diabolical.
I just want to say
Nobody's disagreeing with his performance today. He
yeah.
was particularly bad for a number of reasons. But your analysis that he's not the top creating fullback in the league is wrong.
I didn't say that.
And if you go over, you basically did. So if you go over seasons, you don't want to use one game as a sample. Let's go over seasons then. Because Trent is up there with midfielders and attackers in terms of assists. So let's not do this.
4 assists this season.
I said
As opposed
seasons.
to who? As opposed to who? What are you comparing to? Who are you comparing him to?
Mikey just said he's a top assister. He's not a top assister. He's got 4 assists. That puts him probably like in 10th.
No, for a defender he is, and he creates the most chances. What are you
Listen,
doing?
Fullback, man. Come on.
The
Yeah, but
fullback
I
with the
don't-
most assists in the league is Robinson from Fulham. Yeah, he's got 7. That's not to say that Trent hasn't been creating chances, because Robinson could have created 10 and had 7 converted. Trent has created, I'd say, at least 30, because
And-
those are the numbers that Trent puts up. And he's done it season on season. This isn't a sample of 1 game, 5 games, 10 games. This is a sample of a guy that's played for Liverpool for 300 games.
And
Let's
to
not
su-
do this.
yeah, and to support what you're saying, Mikey, as an example, he may not have got the assists, but as an example, the Arsenal game with the equaliser goal,
Well, let's not use that as
he
well.
played. As an example, he played the ball to Nunes, who then played it to Salah for the equaliser. I don't
Yeah.
think there's many other right backs that are playing that ball. So, as much as I'm dissing Trent for his defensive play today, and it has been suspect, I actually think this season he's improved on that. But talking about Trent, since the last pod, we had some massive news come through where Real Madrid had made a call to Liverpool to ask them whether or not they'd be interested in signing or letting Trent go to them this winter. We talked a bit about it last pod, but do you think that that's an option that for Liverpool this window, or is it something that will happen in the summer? I know Mikey's 100% on Trent is leaving. I'm not so sure, but is it going to happen in January? Who knows? I don't think so.
Let him go. You lot don't rate him anyway, so you always skate.
Aki,
So let him
you
go.
lot.
No. I think
I super rate him. I rate him like you wouldn't believe. He's one of the greatest players to ever play for this club. That's how much I rate him. So I'm not in the Aki camp at all.
I think he needs Specsavers. He's not been one of our greatest players of all time. That's just like a ridiculous thing.
I've just told you. I'll say it again in case you heard it stutter. I'll say it again for clarity. He's one of the greatest players to ever play in the Premier League for Liverpool Football Club, and that's not without debate. That's it. Done.
Well, there is a debate on that. And also, the other thing is, why is it whenever we play a top team, they always target Trent? If he's so great, why would they always target Trent? Answer that question.
It's quite straightforward if you want the answer.
Answer that question.
It's quite straightforward if you want the answer. That's what I said to you. At the end of the day, Van Dijk plays left centre back, right? Whoever partners Van Dijk, it makes sense. Whoever is on that side, you target the other side. It makes perfect sense. Anybody
Can I just say something?
What you do?
I would hazard a guess that we're probably one of the best teams that you played this season. And we didn't target Trent. We targeted Robertson. Yeah?
And it worked.
And Trent... wait, I'm still talking. Wait. And Trent was involved in your equalising goal. So it's not making sense, Saki. Okay? Trent is one of your best ever Premier League players. Whether you like it or not, he is. On the eye test, on stats, on whatever you want to do.
Well, respectfully, I disagree. And in terms of Arsenal, you guys had Martinelli on the left, right? Saka on the right. So it makes sense that Arsenal would go on the right rather than the left. Yeah. Most other teams, when we play in Europe, when we play Man City, whatever other team, they're always targeting Trent. Trent is seen as the weak link in our defence. That's been the case for at least 2 seasons now. At least 2. They double up, triple up, whatever they do, they'll always target Trent. There's a reason for that. Because defensively, he's poo. I'm sorry to say it, but he's not very.
What has that gotten them? So okay, they target him. What has that gotten them as a result?
Well, today we lost the game because they targeted him.
We lost the game.
You didn't lose.
It felt like a loss.
Okay. So it felt like a loss, yeah. So that means we played how many games? 19 games so far. So if that was the target, every team targets that side. How come he hasn't resulted? How come we're still top of the league despite all of that? And he's still creating, we're still scoring goals, and we're still becoming one of the league. And that right-hand side is one of the best side that scores us the most goals. How does that work?
And you've
Because
lost one game
again,
in all
because
competitions.
first of all, I said top teams, right? I didn't say all teams. Secondly, we've got Salah on the right, and he scores most of our goals, assists most of our goals. He has the most goals and assists.
I want to come in. You said top team. The champions. We play the champions. Beat them 2-0. They must have been targeting Trent, according to you. We beat them 2-0 though. What's the next top team? Arsenal. They finished second last season. We just dissected what happened there. He assisted a goal, and we didn't lose at their ground. Who's next? Chelsea. We beat Chelsea. Another top team. Who's next? Is it Spurs? We beat Spurs 6-3. Who's next? Who's your top
Forest. Nottingham Forest.
It's not Spurs.
No. Let's talk about it. Let's stick to the top teams. Who is it? Who's this top team you keep referring to? Who?
Whoa. So last season when we lost to Real Madrid, did they or did they not target Trent?
My goodness, stop that.
No,
Who's
no.
the top team in the league? We're talking about Premier League football today. Who is the top team? I just named the top three.
Guys, this just comes back to the point where I said that Trent is disrespected by Liverpool fans.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's absolutely ridiculous. So I get Real Nuche are supporting Trent, but there's clearly Aki in this pod that gives a 1/3 representation of the opinion against Trent. And if I was Trent and I'm hearing this nonsense from Aki about my previous indiscretions, and the fact that I'm not great at creating, I'm not a good player, I want to be sold for 15 million. See,
I'm out. I'm gone.
Gone.
His head is already gone. Otherwise, he would have signed a contract by now, right?
Gone.
No, because Van Dijk hasn't signed a contract. And
Either.
Yeah. But so what? All I'm saying is,
are they gone then?
So the contract's irrelevant.
No. But the way Trent is playing suggests to me that his head's gone, right? When you look at Van Dijk, the way he's playing,
Did you see the game against West Ham? No. Did you see the game?
Every single Liverpool game, like full 90 minutes, 95 minutes, 97 minutes, whatever, right? So my views are based on what I see with my own eyes.
Yeah, and I'm just going through the top teams we played so far this season in the Premier League.
Name a big team, Aki. That's all you've got to do.
That's all we're trying to do.
That's what you said.
Let's start talking facts. You watch games, I watch games. The big teams we've just named. Manchester City.
I'm not going to be able to name every single minute of every single game. All I know
Listen, Uche has just gone through all of the teams and not one of the teams have beaten you.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So
in fact, against City, you didn't concede.
What does that mean?
Listen, you said that the big teams target Trent,
which they do.
That's why you struggle.
I didn't say because they struggle. I just said,
what is it?
I said top teams target Trent. There's a reason for that. That's what I actually said. So if you go back to the recording, you'll see that.
I said we didn't target Trent. We're a top team.
And I've already replied to that point. I said your best player plays on the right. City didn't. City were in very bad form.
I'm going to assume you watched the Newcastle game. That's another top team that's doing pretty well.
Name a big team, please, Aki. That's all anyone wants.
Who was at fault for the goals that we conceded?
Every team we play will target Trent.
You said every top team. Now it's every team.
Every top team. Stop changing your narrative.
Can I jump in?
We target Trent, and if we happen to win a game, we win a game. It doesn't mean I haven't targeted Trent. It just means I haven't been successful doing it.
Okay, so let me just. Before I don't want to talk about this anymore, to be honest. But before I move on, so just to say, Aki, part of the reason why that side of the pitch gets targeted more, part of the reason why sometimes, I mean, not even more, just sometimes, is as Mikey said earlier, Salah plays the widest and the forwardest of our forwards. So there's that big gap between where Trent plays and where Salah plays. There's that big empty space. So there's space for people to go and use that space to attack our team. That's the first point. Second point is, if you're going to go long, you're not going to go long to VVD side because he's going to head every single ball away. Today, they very, very, very much targeted long ball-wise the right-hand side because Trent isn't very good in the air. There's also that big space for them to play in anyway. So that it's inevitable that most of the attacks that we're going to have against us is going to be down that side because on the other side, you have a wide player who will drop to help out the fullback, whereas on the right-hand side, Salah is not doing that, and he's told not to do it. And that's been the way since he's been at Liverpool for 7 years. So
So teams do target our right-hand side, right? Then?
Sometimes they do, yes. Sometimes. I wouldn't say they do it every game, and I wouldn't say every top team does it either. But that's where most of the space is. If you're going to attack that part of the pitch, you're going to attack it down that side.
And more importantly, they're not actually that successful with it. That's what you're not understand. We're trying to tell you that you can do all the targets all you want, but you actually have to show that you're successful with it. Now, one game when you're partially successful, you start going over the top. The top teams try these things. All teams try these different ways. It doesn't work. They always get battered. They get dealt with. That's just the way it is. That's why we're top of the league. I can't believe that we have to even explain it to you. Claim you watch every game. You're coming out with these kind of crazy stuff.
Do you know what? For someone,
I think you look a hype, man.
Aki, just 1 minute. This will be like a 20 seconds. For a team that is top of the league and flying, top of the Champions League and flying, has only lost one game in all competitions. For a Liverpool fan to target one of your players and to make out that they're having a bad season and that they're not doing the good things that they've been doing is ludicrous. That's all I'll say.
And I just talk facts, mate. That's all I do. Right. So you can have your opinions. But I talk facts. And the facts are Trent has had a full season. The facts are he hasn't signed a contract. The facts are his representatives have asked Real Madrid to put in a bid for him to whatever.
That's not a fact. That's not a fact.
Otherwise, why would
no, it's not a fact.
Why would Real Madrid go in if they didn't have?
Because he's in the last 6 months of his contract, and anybody is open for him now. Just like Salah and BD.
And they need a right back.
And they need a right back. There you go.
So that's the reason why Real Madrid. So, but yeah, let's talk about that. So since the last pod, just quickly on that, let's touch on that. Since the last pod, obviously Real Madrid put a bid in for Trent. As far as it was reported, it didn't get as far as an actual monetary value bid. But then subsequently came out in the local press that it was about 20 million that they were looking to sign him for. The club or journalists that are attached to the or have some kind of links to the club have mentioned that the club are adamant he's not for sale this January. But could they be tempted if the price goes up to 50 million? Who knows? I don't know whether or not. Go on, Mikey.
Well, Aki said you should sell for 15. So I think
we've established that Aki is not a representative of Liverpool football fans.
I said that a little bit. I said that a little bit. My point being is I wouldn't be against us selling him. If he's not going to sign a new contract, I think it's better for us to get the money for him than to let him go on a free.
I disagree. We've got a league to win. It will mean we're a player down. Gomez is currently injured, who's our only other right back. So
yeah, that's for the basis that we replace him, obviously, right? And today he lost us 2 points. So like keeping him and he loses us more and more points, and we're not going to win the league with him anyway.
But then he won us points at West Ham the week before. So how does that work?
He didn't win us points. Salah won us points. So it wasn't like he scored the 5th goal.
I mean, he literally scored.
It wasn't the first goal.
He scored in the game.
Yeah, was it the
I think that's helping us win points.
Was it the first or second goal? No. Was it a decisive goal? Is the question I'm asking you. Was it the first or second goal?
Okay, let's move on. Arsenal transfers. Arsenal transfers. We're not sure whether. I guess we're saying Real Madrid, they may come back with another bid. I don't know whether or not Liverpool are going to accept anything that is around the 20 million mark. I'd be surprised if they accept 50 million, but who knows? I don't think Real Madrid are in a position to be putting 50 million on the table now when they can get them for free in the summer. So let's see where that takes us. But Arsenal, you've had a few injuries yourself. You've got Saka currently out. We think Ranieri.
Yo. What about Salah?
Yeah. We'll come back to Salah. We'll circle back to Salah. We'll circle.
All right. What do you want to talk about Salah for? What's wrong with this dude?
You know what's in my head today? His celebration after his goal. That wasn't a normal celebration.
What did he do?
Wow. Okay.
So he did the whole kissing the grass thing after the celebration. Then he sat and then he's just taking it in.
Yeah, no, he does that a lot. He does that a lot.
All right, watch it back again. Trust me.
No, he does do that a lot.
He does that. On
your point, I'm going to address your point. He's genuinely whether we think is a game or whatever, he's genuinely playing it like he simply believes that this is genuinely his last.
He's not playing it.
So that's what I'm saying. So either way, nothing has actually changed. I'm saying there's no shift. So he's literally saying, I would probably not play Manchester United again. So let me take it all in. So you're right on that front. But he's been consistent with that feeling from the start of the season.
And he also had that interview in the week, didn't he? Where he basically said it's his last season.
Yeah, and then we're far away. So at the end of the day, do you know what? Okay, now you touched on the point. I said this to Real. Look, for me, Salah and Trent, right? When it comes to pure business, right? Forget me as a Liverpool fan, pure business. I've got nothing but ratings. I've got nothing but ratings the way they're handling this stuff. Because you gotta let these people know their value. You gotta show them that listen, I've got options here. I am the top tier talent. And top tier talent asks for big money. And if you don't pay up, I will leave you. So I've got no problem whatsoever with these tactics whatsoever. I just think that all this thing Liverpool are doing, they're trying to, maybe find a better way, not give them the extra year, it might be the extra money. They've got to cough up because the numbers are clear. If you sell Salah, the price to go and get someone remotely close to his
impossible. You can't.
Then you have to pay that player and hope that the person comes in and gets the ground running. The chances of that is extremely small to not exist.
You said hit the ground running. Like, there isn't a player that's going to hit the ground running. The numbers that Salah's doing ridiculous numbers.
Absolutely. So it's extremely rare. So there's nothing. He has so much power. Same thing with Trent. The only problem with Trent is they're looking at him, rightly so. That's their problem, not Trent's problem. They're thinking, a right back, did I pay this money for a right back? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, test me. Let me go a little bit. I'll go for free and I'll go and make my money in Real Madrid in a great country. Your choice. I run things here. So I've got no problem with what's happening at the moment. Eventually, whether that's end of this month or in May, we're going to find out where we are. And trust me, I will not be happy if any of those guys go. Let me not try and pretend here. I won't try to come up with an angle. I will not be happy because at the end of the day, it makes no sense. It makes no sense financially, which is what these guys are, money men. Makes no sense. Like if it made sense financially, you would have got rid of him already. That makes financial sense. 50 million, 60 million, 80 million. That's not happening now. So you can't say, oh, blah, blah, blah. So what is it? You're going to take him and replace him with Bradley. It's a big mistake. So that's all I wanted to say. So if he's going, I don't think he's going. But in terms of the game they're playing right now.
I told you last time.
No, the game they're playing right now is fantastic. Because we're going to have to cough up. Simple as that. Yeah. And I think we will do.
I think I agree with Uche. I'm not in Aki's. I'll say it again, just to be clear. I'm not in Aki's camp when it comes to Trent. They've played a blinder in terms of their positioning, as in Trent, VBD, and Salah. The club they've got no choice really. They can't afford to let your captain, your vice captain, and one of your greatest goal scorers of all time go for free. They just can't afford to do that. There'll be uproar, there'll be riots. Aki will be there.
No.
We'll be sending a cab to their houses to send them to the airport, but everyone else will be rioting. So it's just not a good look. You just can't operate like that. So I agree with Richard on that one.
I think VVD and Salah should be our main priorities to keep. I think if Trent goes, it's not a massive loss to us. That's just my view. I think losing Van Dijk, losing Salah, that's going to be very impactful for the way we play, our team, all of that kind of stuff. Losing Trent, I think he's replaceable.
Trent isn't.
Listen,
Trent is replaceable.
Aki, this is the last thing I want to say on Trent because I'm getting bored now. But Trent has been instrumental in your success. Yeah? The balls that he was playing with Klopp, he was asked to play those searching balls forward that no other defender could play so that you could counter and press, the counter press, whatever the terminology was that you had in place. Slot has implemented a similar thing, but more controlled.
Yep.
Recognizing what Trent does on the pitch. There's a reason why Salah gets so many opportunities in, and Trent is a part of that reason. So you will miss him. Regardless of what you say, you will miss him.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I watched this when I went to watch the game live at West Ham. They are setting players that really just, when you watch them live, you're just blown away by their quality. That goes for the three we've mentioned. You got Ryan, Gravenberg is another guy. McAllister is another one. Stop messing around. Don't play games with people that are technically excellent and do the job you're supposed to do. You're not gonna find these guys out there. So what's the point of letting them go? What are you trying to gain? I don't see a gain. At the end of the day, you could be a money man all you want. You have to have a gain. What is your gain? I don't see what you're gaining. So it makes no sense. Like all this stuff that they're replaceable, you have to find somebody who's gonna do this job better, or at least to his level. You're not gonna find it. So what have you actually saved? What have you actually achieved?
I agree with that point. I think we should have sold him probably last season and got some money from him. But in terms of his no. But in terms of like his impact on the team, I think we can sell him, and he's not going to have that much of an impact of how we play and how successful we are. If we get rid of Van Dijk, we get rid of Salah, that's going to have a massive more impact on us winning the league and us being successful. Trent's a right back. Right backs don't win you the league. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that style of play does win it. So that I just think it's unnecessary. I mean, what you're trying to do here is fair enough. Quick 2 out of 3, all that stuff, all that great stuff, all that. I'm not interested in that. I'm saying don't let go of players who are giving you so much quality on the pitch. That's it. We shouldn't try to do that because it doesn't benefit us in any way, shape, or form. It makes us slightly weaker. There's no need for it. Because at the end of the day, you have to go and find a replacement. These things are hard to find. Look at these jokers that are making excuses. The North London club that are in this pod. They're here begging.
Why are you getting us involved?
We're not begging for anybody here. We're here. We're on top of the league. We're laughing. We're not beggars. They're begging. I wish this guy's ill. He's not so well. He's got a headache today. Yesterday was this. What's this? Come on, man.
This is in-house beef. Please don't involve us in this. You're lucky you've got a fit right back. We haven't, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So good luck. And the disrespect you've got against Trent, Aki, is just so disrespectful.
It's not
Best
disrespect.
delivery of a ball in the Premier League. Trent, he's up there, number one. Just that alone.
Then play him as a right winger then. But at the moment, he's playing right back. As a right back,
instead of Saka?
No. Playing as a right back, you need to be able to defend. And he's the most brainless defender in the league.
Let's move on. Trent's been talked about.
Yeah, so we've talked about some of the outputs from Liverpool in terms of outgoings, potentials. Let's talk about Arsenal. So you've got a few injuries. I mentioned
diseases.
You've got a couple.
Sicknesses and injuries, actually.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai didn't play today. He was sick as well. But
who's that?
Szoboszlai didn't play.
The one player in your.
And then the last game he was banned, so he didn't play that one.
Today you had virtually a.
You're naming the same player.
We won 5-0. But anyway, so you guys, you've got a few injuries. You've got a few injuries and illnesses. Apparently, what do you think? Is anything going to happen?
It's fine.
Is anything going to happen this month in terms of transfers? Do you think you need anything?
Yes, I'm not. Sure. Of course, we need people. We've got no team. We've got half a team, bro. Of course, we need some people. But I'm not optimistic of us getting any players. I think Mikey's probably have a different view to me. But in January, we get linked with players who have got no interest in coming to us at all. I mean, I think we were linked with Cunha from Wolves, but he's lining up a long-term contract with Wolves as well. So if they have mentioned him, he's used us to get a contract, is what players do. So I can't see us signing anyone of any significance for this title charge to actually come in and do something in January. I can't see it. But hopefully I'm wrong. I can't even give you a name at the moment where we can realistically go for in terms of I want a left winger. Who's out there? Because Trossard's not good enough. Martinelli's just not good enough anymore. I'm tired of him. Who's there to come in? We could say Williams or whoever. I don't think we're going to get him in January, Mikey. I don't.
Listen,
it's unheard of.
In the last pod, I was saying that you don't get decent players in January when Uche was bigging up the chances of Man City, etc. But he corrected me. And most of Liverpool's big signings have been made in January in terms of impactful signings. Yep. So there are the opportunities. And Nico Williams is one. In terms of the left, I agree. That's the position we need to fill with most urgency. and then we
Nico or
probably.
Inaki? Which one?
Sorry.
Nico or Inaki? Are they the same bird? You getting
Which one's the young one?
Nico. We're talking about Nico, isn't it? Nico's the one that was.
I said Nico Williams. What's going on here?
Yeah, I was
Not
just
Inaki.
checking.
We don't want the
I'll
fool,
just
innit?
check it. I'll just check it.
We don't want it.
Yo, you got me worried there, but I said Nico.
We want Nico.
So as for a wide player, yeah, Nico Williams.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there aren't many kind of wide left players that you could probably look
Around,
at.
yeah. No.
That's
So
true.
that's probably the only one that I could even look at. And then Craig's indicated about Cunha. I'd be disappointed if a player was able to use Arsenal to negotiate a contract to stay with Wolves. Like that would be ludicrous to me. And
It's happening.
I think that there would be a mental institution that should be visited by said player. If that were
Players
the
do that all
case.
the time. Players do that all the time. That's like one of the easiest.
Did you not listen to what I said?
Yeah, I did.
Negotiating a contract with Wolves instead of going to Arsenal. Are you okay
Yeah.
in your head?
Yeah, but Arsenal are a simpler
Mikey.
team. Wolves are a simpler
Right.
team. So like, there's literally no difference. What you guys?
There's
can
no
do?
difference between Wolves and Arsenal. Is that what you're saying?
Well, other than the Community Shield, what other trophies are you guys?
There's
winning?
no difference between Wolves and Arsenal. Is that what
Other
you're
than the
saying?
Community,
No.
Shield.
Is there a
what other-
difference?
Look,
Right.
not in my eyes. You're both similar teams.
That's
in
good.
my eyes.
We've already seen in your eyes Trent doesn't do this. We've already seen in your eyes City
He's
are gonna win
another
the rest of the
stickler.
games. We've seen in your eyes a lot of nonsense.
I talk
Back
facts.
to my eyes
I
and the
talk facts.
transfers.
I talk
I'll be
facts.
looking for Isak, not a January signing, summer proposal, and the one that's out there for a lot of money is Gyökeres. He's got a £100 million buyout clause. So if we're serious about a striker and it doesn't look like we could get Isak in the summer, then I would test the waters and see if we could get him in.
Yeah, Gyökeres, like I said, is his link with that Coventry City thing that's worry, but
It is worrying.
Klopp's is going to be a big letdown.
He's been linked to City. He's been linked to Man U. I've not heard him being linked to Arsenal.
You were the
I'm
first
saying,
ones in.
do I want? Are you all right?
I'm just saying what I've heard.
That's good. So Gyökeres has been linked with City instead of Haaland, yeah? That's going to happen.
Well, I think Haaland's probably going to be leaving City at some point.
Oh,
Maybe next season.
Oh, man, what's going on here?
Well, no, the whole plan for Haaland was to go to City for a few seasons, then go to Real Madrid. Like,
Oh,
that's-
whose place is he taking at Real Madrid?
They've got
Mbappe.
Whose place is he taking?
What? Real
Put Mbappe on the bench.
You're a madman.
Real Madrid. So Mbappe will be left, Vinny on the right, Haaland in the centre.
Oh my goodness!
Vinny on the right, bro. Turn your computer off.
Vinny's not moved from the left, mate. You
All right,
don't know
left
what you're
or right.
talking
But
about.
both of them, they can
What do you mean left
interchange.
or right? He only
They can
plays on the
interchange.
left. Man.
They can interchange. Anyway, the point stands. I've not heard that player being linked with Arsenal. So
That's good.
The first I'm hearing it is from Mikey's mouth. And then he starts talking about Isaac as if he's been linked to us. So you guys are in cloud.
Isak has been constantly linked with Arsenal. He was linked with us before he went to Newcastle.
Why did you sign it, Mikey? Anyway,
if you guys think you're getting any of those
Yeah.
players, I've got some magic beans to sell you.
That's a good one.
I wasn't listening.
Mikey, why didn't you? I remember that it was pretty well.
Take it easy.
Sorry, Uche, say that again.
No, I'm saying, Mikey, take it easy, man. These guys, man, they're challenges, man. Take it easy on the challenges, man. Relax.
I was going to ask Mikey. You said that you were linked with Isak, and I remember at the times we discussed it. But how come you didn't sign him? I actually don't know the answer to this. I'm not setting this up as a.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But I would have signed him at the time and not sign him now. I would have also signed Gimares at the time when we were linked with him.
Another one.
So those are two players I would have signed, but the club chose not to sign or to go for other targets.
You guys went quite close with Guimaraes. What happened or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe contract probably just broke down or something. I don't know.
Nah, he's a player, and especially the three they've got now, man. That Tonali, that combination they've got now is serious, man.
Yeah, Tonali's good.
It's looking good. Tonali is a good player. All right, we'll finish. We'll leave transfers there then. So we're coming to the end of the pod now. Obviously, both of our clubs are in midweek action. So we are taking on Tottenham on Wednesday, game I'm going to. and then Arsenal are facing Newcastle, the team we've just touched on. So you can see Isaac in the flesh, because I'm sure they're going to go full strength. You guys, I don't know whether you can even afford to go full strength. No,
we haven't got.
We haven't got a full strength team. We have to go with whatever's left. There's no full strength.
Like the under 9 teams are available. Under 12 teams are gonna have to play. All that kind of stuff.
It's all right. We already have a number of 17-year-olds in the team and squad, so we'll be all right.
Yeah,
we got Timber back.
You think you're going to win?
The first leg's at home, so I don't think we'll lose.
Are you guys going?
But I think that we need to win to be able to go to Newcastle in the second leg and get a result, because we seem to struggle up there.
Yeah.
Are you guys? Any of you two going to the game?
No, I'm not going to that one.
What? What's going on?
I'm not going to that one. What, to watch the kids playing? We may lose. Nah, no chance.
Because it's fair weather fan.
No
Jeez.
Nah, to be fair, it depends on who Newcastle put out. If they put out full strength, I think
they have to. I think they will. I think they have to.
No, there's 100%. There's no question they'll play their full strength.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll go 1-1 Newcastle Arsenal.
I think Newcastle will win that game.
No, they won't win.
No, 1-1 I reckon.
I'd say a draw, because I don't think that we'll go full strength even with the players that we've got available.
I'm only saying that because I feel like Arsenal would not play their proper team. And I think Newcastle, literally every single player for Newcastle is going to play. That played against Spurs, Barner. So I really think they're going to show the Arsenal team you guys are going to put out. They're going to win that game. So I'll be surprised if not. That's their chance to go through to the final.
I think Arteta will play a full strength team. Like, you can't afford not to. Like, a Carabao Cup is a cup that they can feasibly win. They're not going to win the league. They're not winning the Champions League. Might have a chance in FA Cup depending on who they say. So Carabao Cup stands their best chance of winning the cup. So it'd be very, very silly, in my opinion, if Arsenal didn't go full strength. Forget all the injuries. It's always about winning trophies. So if he wants to add to the 2 community shields that he's won, then he's going to need to take this game seriously.
That's not going to happen anyway, no matter what you say. He's not playing full strength. There's no need for him to.
I was going to say that was a nice little chat, but we won't be going full strength.
It's not happening. No matter
Let's see.
How are you going to manage it with the game on? Because you've got United on the weekend as well, right? So
Sunday,
is that home or away?
That's
home. That's home.
Yeah, I'm down to that one.
So you're going to that one, Craig. So what in terms of lineup? Do you think he's going to go full strength for that one or not? No.
You don't think so? I think we will for that one.
Both will be mixed up. It depends what you say is first team as well. I could see Lewis Skelly playing one of the games, for instance. Timber will be back, Calafiori, so it will be rotated around. Partey will be back in midfield. So one game Partey could start, one game Jorginho could start, Havertz will be back. It'll be mixed up.
Fair enough. And do you think you win that game?
Yeah, 100%. We'll show you how to beat Man United, to be fair. you guys struggle with them.
You feel good. But let me ask you a question. Are they your rivals? So no. So of course you're going to. They're not playing. Man
United cooked.
Look outside now. They're all celebrating and popping off because they got a draw at Anfield. Is that going to happen on Saturday? No.
You guys are crying. You guys are crying. So
they're popping off. I'm telling you, they're celebrating.
Listen, we'll show you how to beat Man United at home on Sunday
in the FA Cup.
Listen, for me,
it doesn't matter.
For us to get a result a win against either of those teams, we need Nwaneri on the right because nobody else can play it. So if he's not going to be fit for that United game, then I'm not backing us to win.
Nah, I'm backing us fully.
Nah, I'm backing you guys for sure.
Backing us fully.
Nah.
I won't give you a scoreline.
I'm more worried about Newcastle than I am Man United.
Well, not worried. I hope you lose, but I'm more saying if I was to predict it, I think it'll be Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1. You slap them off. They're nothing. They're a bunch of clowns.
that was
quickly, Craig and Mikey, just for interest, do you want to win the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, I do. I'm tired. I need to go to Wembley, man.
Listen, I'm not going Wembley because it's an unlucky spot for me. But if we get to the final, then and we play Liverpool, then definitely 1,000,000% we have to win.
Wow, that's a good incentive, isn't it?
But yeah, actually, either of the teams is going to be if Tottenham were to miraculously get past Liverpool,
We have to
and
win.
we face them in a cup final, then we'd have to win that. But realistically, when's the second leg drop?
I think
Because-
it's like 3 weeks away or something.
After next.
It should be February, I think, middle of Feb.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the way the games are falling. And to be honest, I'm not positive about us going past Newcastle
Over 2 legs.
with over 2 legs with the players we've got, with the second leg being at St James Park. If the second leg was at the Emirates, I'd prefer that.
Yeah.
We'd have a target we'd be able to aim at. But I could see us getting a draw and then struggling up there, or I could see us maybe winning by 1 goal and struggling up there. Either way, we're going to struggle up there.
See that maybe that'll struggle. All right then. That's all right. Well, both of our teams struggled this weekend, but
So we're not going to play our Carabao. We're not in the
I was
Carabao.
going to say, what's going on? You're just assuming that you're in the final.
It's
It's Tottenham. It's Tottenham, man. They're gonna win.
We're not playing the Carabao Cup now. The game that you're going to.
isn't
got
that
a
what
bias.
Roy Keane used to say? That Alex Ferguson used to say? It's Tottenham.
It's
Sorry,
Tottenham.
Uche.
You're gonna win.
Uche, go on. Go on, Uche.
Well, obviously you're going to the game, so I hope you enjoy it because obviously it's gonna be. There's nothing better than facing Spurs because they're a bunch of so it should be quite nice little evening for you. So congratulations on getting a ticket. I'm sure you'll have
Thank you.
fun. We're gonna play a mixed team. Nothing to worry about. They've got centre back issues. I wouldn't mind a draw. I wouldn't mind a draw, but I think we would probably win because I think if Szoboszlai is fit, he'll come back in. He'll probably play Konate or somebody else just to keep the rotation thing going. Setting players like Van Dijk and Salah and Ryan Gravenberch, you're not going to see at all. And I think it should be good enough for us to go through. Then the second leg is at Anfield, so happy days.
Yeah, Aki.
Easy game. We'll win that 5-6-0 quite easily, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think Tottenham will get a result.
Trent hat trick.
I hope they do. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Tottenham will get a result at home. If you
I
mix
hope
up your team,
It'll be at least
if you
four,
mix up
at
your
least
team,
four.
they'll get a result.
They
And then
just haven't got. There's no centre back there. There's so many holes in there. But
they'll still get a result. You'll smash them at Anfield, but at their ground, if you mix up your team and play like Quansah and these guys, they'll get a result.
I don't see it.
Right.
I just feel like they
Can't see it, Mikey. Have you seen the last game? They're terrible, man. They're shocking, bro.
You'll see.
Defensively, they're shocking.
Because I think when we rotate our team, we're still talking about Jota and probably Nunes.
Yeah.
So you're not.
Yeah, they're not good. Jota is good.
Yeah.
But if you're saying you're relying on Nunes,
No, I'm
instead
saying
of
like
Salah-
in terms of changing it up. I just feel like in terms
yeah,
of
but if Salah's not in there and it's
Yeah.
Nunes, Jota, and Gakpo, that's not
Yeah,
the
that-
same flow.
That's all right, though. That's probably a better front three than what Arsenal have at the moment.
that's true.
But you think so?
Oh, it's not far off, is it? You keep telling me the illness. You're not keen on Martinelli, for example. You keep dissing Trossard, but as soon as we mention that it's better than you pipe up again.
It was a query.
No,
you disagree?
there's nothing there. I can't see anything that you guys are up front right now. Your front three, just they don't seem to be connecting like that. I mean, Jota is one of the best strikers of the football there is in the league at the moment. So I think you have
And what's
to-
Nunes?
Gakpo is really good. So only guy you're gonna beat
What's
is
Nunes?
Nunes. Nunes is
Martinelli.
He's in a league on his own
No,
by himself.
actually, yeah.
I was gonna say that's will be about right.
Even you can hold it up. Actually, yeah, that's fair. All right then, lads. Good show. We'll see you all next week, same time, same place, and take care.
Cheers.
Nice.
Bye.
Take care.
Raw.